I've never shied away from doing multi-starrer films or ensemble films in that sense because, honestly, it's a blessing for me when I'm performing with strong performers and stronger performers than I am, because it helps my performance in that way as well. And I'm not one to be like, oh, mera role kitna hai, or how many scenes do I have?
I think there was responsibility, not pressure to begin with.
Okay.
And secondly, I really want people to watch the film for the same reason, because you realize that there is actually not that much intimacy. I think it's part of the story, it's part of what the characters experience. And it tries to do it in the most respectful way.
I so wanted to be part of the film, so I thought if I say 6 for right at the beginning, people he might
Especially
not even,
when the directors will shot you like, maybe
he
doesn't
might
like tall people.
yeah, he won't even see my take. He'll be like, this is just too tall. It sounds just too tall, but when you're in person, then you're fine.
Yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to PeepingMoon.com. I'm Rashita, Sahni, and today joining me for a super interesting conversation are Shakun Batra, Ananya Panday Dhairya Karwa for their much anticipated and hyped film Gehraiyaan. Hi you guys, how have you been?
Hello.
Hi, we've been great.
How are you?
I'm doing great too. Firstly, I have to start off this interview by asking you, how do you feel about so much love, so much hype? People, including me, are literally counting days to watch the film. Of course, I'll get to watch it a day or two prior, perks of being a journalist. But yeah, you tell me, how do you feel about all the love surrounding it? Shakun, we can start with you.
Wow. Listen, first of all, I think all of us are overwhelmed by the reaction to the music, to the trailer. It's been great. It's been so like gratifying to see how people are reacting to it. And now I think, especially me, as a filmmaker, your anxiety is on. You really want to make sure that you meet the expectations. You really, you really hope that all the hard work that you put in it starts to connect with people. And that's really where I am. I'm very eager and curious, and with my fingers crossed.
Okay. I'm sure it will be worth it. Ananya, what about you?
No, we're super overwhelmed and super grateful with all the love coming our way. And yeah, we've put in a lot of hard work, a lot of love, a lot of honesty. So we hope that people just experience the film and like it.
Okay. Dhairya?
I feel the same. It's so gratifying and fulfilling because you've put in so much effort and you've made the film with so much love. And when that's what you all artists live for, right? I mean, you give it your all, and when you receive that sort of response from your audiences, and I mean, it's overwhelming. It's great, and yeah, excited for everyone to watch it.
Likewise, I'm sure everyone else is as excited. Shakun, talking about the response, of course, now that the trailer's out, the songs are out, everyone has a positive response to it. But while you were making the film, was there any sort of pressure on your shoulders? Because India, as an audience, Indians tend to get very sensitive sometimes when there is lots of intimacy involved. They sometimes term it as vulgar. Of course, here, nothing of that sort has been happened. Everyone is in fact praising the chemistry and talking about the role of each and every actor in the film. You tell me, was there an added pressure?
No, I think there was responsibility, not pressure to begin with.
Okay.
And secondly, I really want people to watch the film for the same reason, because you realize that there is actually not that much intimacy. I think it's part of the story, it's part of what the characters experience. And it tries to do it in the most respectful way. In fact, if at all, the reason we treated intimacy the way we did was I wanted to take away the whole kind of shock value from these kind of things. I wanted to normalize it. I wanted to kind of make it easy on the eye. I wanted to make it simpler, if you ask me, and I think if at all we try to do it for the right reasons, So no, actually, I really want to see how people will receive it, because I feel this is a softer hand on intimacy, if at all, rather than how you've seen it otherwise.
I'm sure. And I think it's only real if you show all the real aspects of a love story. So totally agree to that. And talking about multi-starers now, Ananya, I have to ask this to you. You have been in two. Even Sorty was sort of a, three-actor film. Yeah, yeah. So even Pati Patni or Wo was a three-star film. Now, even Gehraiyaan has Deepika, it has you, it has Dhairya, and it has Siddhant as well. How does that make you feel? Because gone are the days where actors used to say that I want to only star in a film. Now, actors are actually appreciating multi-stars. But at the same time, did you ever feel daunting sharing screen space with someone, maybe like a superstar like Deepika?
No, honestly, as you can see with both of Pati Patni and Student, in that way, I've never shied away from doing multi-starrer films or ensemble films in that sense, because honestly, it's a blessing for me when I'm performing with strong performers and stronger performers than I am, because it helps my performance in that way as well. And I'm not one to be like, oh, mera role kitna hai, or how many scenes do I have, how many lines do I
But you
have.
said all these things.
So don't believe him. Please don't put this. Okay, it's a joke. But I'm really not like that. And honestly, I would just, as an actor, I would just want to grow and keep doing roles that challenge me and help me evolve. And it can be a one scene in a film, or it can be the whole film in that way. But I just want to keep doing something different and changing in that way. And when it comes to working with the three of them, no one ever made anyone feel uncomfortable in that way. I think there was a genuine, and we all became and still are very, very close. It's almost like a family, in that sense. So there was no intimidate, except by Shakun right now. He's giving me very intimidating looks, but otherwise there was nothing intimidating of that sort. It was very conducive. Everyone was helping one another, because the film has to work at the end of the day. Everyone has to. We're all vessels to this. I know. Shakun's like, every time I'm saying something like,
I promise you, she has a list of these amazing words, buzzwords
he's just jealous, okay?
that I'm feeling today. I'm feeling it. I feel like my child has grown.
No, we do expect really smart answers from you, Ananya, after seeing all your social media captions. Really.
Too much pressure.
The captions, though, and I always look for captions. But now the captions have moved on to interviews, and interviews are moving on to, who knows, she'll probably write a book tomorrow.
Yeah. Maybe she will be the writer of your next film. You never know.
My co-writer is right here. Aisha, she would like to have a word with her before we go forward.
Me up in the corner.
Okay. Dhairya, continuing from what Ananya said, of course, there was a time where actors focused more on Mera role kitna bada hai. This was a thing maybe 5-10 years back. Now, quality cinema and, meaningful roles, characters are what actors are seeking. What was your approach towards Gehraiyaan and when you got this part?
You only had one thing, mera kat kitta bada hai. There's no role problem.
I read that you had to lie about your height. So yeah.
He didn't have to. He just did for some reason.
Yeah, you didn't have to.
I so wanted to be part of the film, so I thought if I say 6'4" right at the beginning, people might
Especially when the directors who shot you like, maybe he might tall people.
Yeah, he won't even see my take. He'll be like, this is just too tall. It sounds just too tall, but when you're in person, then you're fine.
Yeah.
No, but continuing to what you said, exactly. That I've followed in my career as well. I've been part of great stories where my part hasn't been a huge part, but again, in my opinion, I felt my part was significant to the story. And I'm just building with every film, every character, and that's the trajectory in my career. And I hope I just keep growing with every part, and just be part of engaging narratives, engaging stories, and hopefully on the way entertain people.
Okay, got it. And Shakun, of course, talking about now the film has been produced by Dharma. I remember when, firstly, I have to start off by saying this question that Gehraiyaan is one of the most relatable films that I have come across, at least by watching the trailer, come across in a really long time. It shows the reality of course, today's romance, the new age love. We have all been a part of it. But talking about Dharma coming and Karan producing it, there was a time when Karan made Kabhi Alvida Na Kehna, and it was bashed, and people were like, no, you can't make a film like that, and you know, it's way ahead of its time. Today, when people watch it, they realize that it was a very, very normal and a film that was much needed. Now I feel the same way about Gehraiyaan. So did you have to sort of convince Karan or anyone from Dharma to back this film up?
Oh no, Karan's always been more supportive, and I've wanted to do a story like this since my first film. So Karan and I have
Okay.
spoken about it over the years, and it's always been like, okay, yeah, let's think about it, let's do it. And once I had the script, it was genuinely like in within a heartbeat. So Karan and I have never had these long discussions. I think Karan just goes with risks, and he also wants to progress, so I think we're all on the same page. We wanted to make this film, and we wanted to make it for the right reasons. Nobody can really tell you if you're ahead of the time or behind the time. I think only
Correct.
the real test of a movie is not ahead or behind. I think the real test, especially in today's time when you're going to be on a streaming service and you're going to be there for entire lifespans, I think the real test for a film is how long does it survive? How often do you go back to referencing it? Dil Chahta Hai is a movie that's made, or Lagan is a film that's made in 2000, 2001.
Yeah,
You still watch it, and
exactly.
I think that's the real victory for a film. And having said that, I'm I'm pretty sure that we are in today's time, all of us, like you, I, are talking about, we are looking for a reflection of ourselves in the movies. And
Correct.
I do feel that this could be that film. And I hope this is that film. And our intention was that. But can I already look ahead and tell you what the audience will say? No, but I've got my fingers crossed, and hopefully people like you, me, and lots of others would feel the same way.
Correct. I think gone are those days when we wanted to watch cinema to escape reality. Sometimes we do, but today we want a reflection of reality in it. So definitely agree to what you said. Now, also talking about the release, I don't know about you guys, but a lot of people did expect it to hit the theaters. Of course, Amazon is a big, big, big platform, and a lot of countries will be witnessing the film's release. You tell me, was it a conscious decision, Shakun, as the maker, as the director, to have a web release for this one?
Honestly, 2 years ago, if I'd said, let's go straight to streaming, there would have been questions. But when it
Yeah.
happened, and because we'd been through so much, it
Hmm.
felt like the best thing to have come our way in terms of making that decision. I believe the story is ready. The story needs to go out. It needs to connect.
Correct.
And I say this, I've said this before, and I was, laughed at, but I grew up watching my favorite films on a laptop screen, which was 13-inch big, or on a DVD, and I had a
Okay.
small TV. And that's what wanted me to be a filmmaker. So if I can connect so deeply with these films on a 13-inch screen, I feel the same
Hmm.
way. And if someone's consuming my film on a phone or a tablet, the question is not upgrade to a bigger TV. The question is, are you still experiencing it well? Are you enjoying it? And I feel like
Correct.
that's really my mindset right now. And I'm so glad, because I've always wanted to take this step, and I feel everything fell into place. It's a win-win. It's the best thing that could have happened. And I'm kind of pumped that that's how we are coming out.
I'm sure. I'm sure. And Ananya and Dhairya, of course, as actors, how do you see it as? Because as Shakun mentioned, 2 years earlier, before the pandemic, if I asked this question to any actor, the answer would be, yeah, web is good, but it's like a backup plan. We want to just be in Bollywood, do films, and hit the screens. What is your mindset right now with Gehraiyaan releasing on Amazon Prime?
No, but I think as actors, we're just happy that, we're happy to be part of these films, and the hope is that it reaches a wide audience, but also the right audience in that sense. I think the times are changing, and it's a very welcome change, because as an actor, for me, I think it's really exciting that you can have that big cinema experience. You can do those films that are meant to be watched on the big screen and experienced in that way. But then there's also the OTT way, which I think is exciting, because there's a lot more bravery and a lot more, unabashedness when it comes to the kind of films that are being made and the kind of stories that are being told. So I think it's probably the best time to be working in the industry, because you get to pick
all platforms.
Yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Dhairya, what about you?
Yeah, that's how I see it. Theaters will always be there, and there'll be films which are meant to be experienced on the big screen. But at the same time, we've survived the last 2 years on direct streaming platforms, the content we've seen, and the access that we have. And as an artist here, I mean, it's a great time to be an artist, because another avenue, more platforms, more opportunities, more storytelling, and just to showcase your abilities, your skills, and just to be part of these narratives and entertain the audience. So more opportunities, I mean, great. Yeah.
Okay. Of course, definitely agreed. Okay, thank you so much, you guys, for joining, and all the very best for Gehraiyaan. I'm looking forward to watching it.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.